know what? I'm a big fan of the zombie apocalypse. Y'all know that. And it's something that I focus a lot of vlogs on. I spend a lot of, I'm on a lot of fan pages, a lot of watch movies, and blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm a big fan. Like any fanatic, think about what if scenarios, of course. What if this actually happened? You know, what if there was a zombie apocalypse? And the questions are raised on the threads all over Facebook about what would you do? Would you prefer a gun or machete? Come on, really? Nobody... I think anything we say at this point is kind of moot because it hasn't happened. We would change quite a bit. There are the types that you see on the zombie shows and the types that you don't see, which I think is okay. I'm not the type of guy you'd see because I've got glasses. I'm kind of a klutz. You know, they're stereotypical types. You know, who would be really good in the zombie apocalypse? I would see some people who are really good as leaders. Rick Grimes was, he was trained as a sheriff's deputy, so he's got some hand-to-hand training, so he came into it knowing a little bit of stuff. Garrett and Warren, they were both in the National Guard, so they had military training. They had a little bit of background. I don't know much about the National Guard. I think that's like the weekend warrior type program. It's you've got another job, so it's not their profession, but they've got a lot of training. And then you've got people who are really awesome in the zombie apocalypse, like Glenn. He was a pizza delivery guy, and Daryl, he was a drifter. He didn't really have a profession. I mean, they spent several episodes, one guy trying to guess what he did and stuff, you know, because he's such a good tracker and everything. And I think what it came down to is he said he didn't really have a job. He just kind of followed his brother around. They just hung out. So he probably had a lot of little odd jobs, but never really a profession. And he's really good in the zombie apocalypse. So we don't know what would happen for a guy like me. You know, the nerd, the smart, heady guy. I've never shot a gun, except for pellet guns and BB guns whenever I was a kid. I never held a machete, I don't think. If I have, I haven't really used one. It was just feeling what it felt like, you know. I mean, I'm not really great with a hammer. But I would learn that stuff, I think. I think I would really learn that. Now, when it comes to, the outbreak, if something like that hit, the ZA hits, we're all equal in that we're all food. We're just food. But we're not equal in that if we've had prior training, we could go into it as like a 7 or 10, you know. We're going to do a good job, or we can go into it as a 2 or 3, you know. And I think that's... Now, a year ago, if I'm going into it, I probably would have been 0 or 1. I think now I'm probably 4 or 5. I'm not great. I still never use any hand-to-hand weapons, but I'm accumulating a little bit of muscle, a little bit of agility, a little bit more of endurance. I mean, I'm better than I was. And I think that's what the point is become better than you are. Your profession, it's not going to matter. It's going to rely on your character and what you bring as a person into this. You know, I think my people skills are not bad. I'm not much of a people person either. But I am compassionate. I really like people. I mean, I like to help people. They're pretty stupid. Most people do have their stupidness to them, but I like helping people. I'm pretty loyal. You know, I mean, so I've got some good qualities going into it, but that's what you take. Your qualities and who you are as a person. Profession doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I worked in a call center for 5 years, except for how it benefits me as a person. you know, my communication skills, if they improve, then maybe that's helping me. But in the ZA, overall, profession's not going to really matter. What you did before everything went bad, it's not a big deal.